and welcome to the 10-minute tea break on the pickup. This episode we are going to be talking about what we think of football punditry these days, and I guess the growing influence of fan-led channels and fan-led media. So yeah, we'll start the 10 minutes off. And I know Paul is very passionate about football punditry, especially, so I'll let you kick off.
Yeah, I am of the opinion of football punditry is absolutely woeful.
And you're talking about like TV broadcasts.
TV broadcasting. Yeah. I mean, even like 5 Live radio stuff as well is like Talk Sport is some of it's garbage. I think so. Like one of my big problems is that like someone retires and it's like, oh, he's a pundit. Yeah. Whoa. Let's all just stop there. Some of them are just awful. Yeah. You know, they really, really are. And like, I get it. It's nice to have like an insider opinion because they've been there and done that. Yeah. It's just, there's no journalism a lot of the time. So like I'm watching Sky Sports, for example. You know, you're paying for a product, aren't you? Yeah. You want it to be of a certain quality, and when people can't formulate sentences properly, you think, what am I paying for here? This is a really subpar product. I think as well, people like Roy Keane, they just say stuff to be on the front of the paper the following day. Yeah. It's not actual opinion. It's not based in any kind of real world fact or whatever. It's just they know they're getting clicks out of saying a certain thing. Yeah. And I just can't. I can't be. I don't have time for that sort of journalism. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. It's real like Daily Mail, like tat for me anyway. You know. And like, for example, so like I would absolutely love it if Sky Sports, as you kind of alluded to, each game they had one of the fan-led journalists on the show. If they had an ex-player and a journalist, even from like a newspaper, like a proper journalist, that would be brilliant. You know, surely you can train anyone to be on the telly. If you can train footballers who've been doing it for 20 years, instantly, right, you're a TV presenter. Yeah. Surely you can you can train someone to be like decent on camera and everything, who's like already working in journalism, in media and everything. Yeah. So, yeah, for me, I would love to see more journalists than ex-players. Ex-players, it's so lazy.
Yeah, I think my opinion is that like every every channel like Sky Sports and Talk Sport and 5 Live, they have like 1, maybe 2 really good pundits, and then everyone below that sort of fails to live up to that person or them people. I think they sort of ride the coattails of them people at the top, really, don't they? And you know, for example, as you said, like Graham Souness and Jamie Redknapp, they're not great, but then like, you know, I would say like Carragher and Neville are the 2 at the top. And you know, they're the ones that they use the most, I suppose. They know that, but they're the most knowledgeable, I suppose, and the most articulate in terms of getting the point across.
Yeah, I agree. I would also, like, I know it's kind of nothing to do with their journalism, but I would also just kind of remind everyone that Carragher spat at a child and kept his job. Yeah. You know, Neville is Mr. Nice, but I mean, he's not. Yeah. Come on. I mean, no one has that. No one can keep that up. Yeah. That's still like, come on, you know, and I just think like, how are these people still still going sometimes? It's just like, that's like a really unfair if I spat at someone in work, I'd be fired straight away.
Yeah.
You know,
I suppose that's like a separate issue in a way. Like
it is a separate issue, and it's not to do with
punditry skills.
But I think leading into the issue is that there's so few half decent pundits. They kind of had to keep him.
Yeah, definitely. And I think, you know, fan media now going on to that is so much more engaging and so much more relatable than the big broadcasters that, you know, I think even down to like the kickoff, which is like a sort of fan-led Gillette Soccer Saturday, I suppose, isn't it? It's like that sort of format, but like with people who actually are fans of teams and
normal fellas.
Yeah, normal fellas, but like also really good at articulating what they think.
They're knowledgeable. They've been in the stands for years.
That's what I mean, having like that lived experience of being a fan rather than being a player who's completely separate from a fan, really. Like, they might be a fan of a team, but they've never been in, you know, standing in the cop or whatever, have they? They've always like in the corporate areas or whatever, away from the singing, away from the, you know, the pre-game
and
rituals
the opinions
and
of like normal people.
Yeah.
You know, I totally agree. Like for me, the kickoff has revolutionised punditry.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
You know, I would much rather watch that than Soccer Saturday. Like, what is the point of watching Soccer Saturday? You know, and you have a much better. You feel like you're having a drink with your mates when you watch the kickoff. You know, that's kind of one of the things. One of the influences for our show was the kickoff. That kind of. Being able to literally kind of like tap in and be like, oh, I'm with me mates, happy days. Yeah, that thing is palpable when you watch it. And so when you're watching these people and they're all over different teams and they're having jokes with each other and they're taking the mick and one person they're watching a few games, aren't they? And one of the teams will score and then the other one will score and they'll have like it's the same format but with people who are actually people.
Yeah, definitely.
You know, that aren't these ex-players that have these egos that need to be stroked and put in a box and, oh yeah, happy days, you're over there and he's over there and just...
And sort of, they play everything safe, don't they? Like, they'll have an opinion up to a point, but like... I'd much rather listen to, obviously we support Liverpool and we follow the Anfield Wrap, for example. Like, I'd much rather listen to their post-match show, like Instant Reaction, compared to watching Sky Sports, like, analysis of the game, really. Like, that's sort of quite dry and boring and it's polished and it's big spend. Whereas, like, you know, it's more raw on fan-lad TV.
It's feeling, though, isn't it?
But as you say, I feel
and like on this, like I feel like Arsenal fan TV, AFTV is as kind of, especially this year, is kind of always been a bit of a joke, a little bit, hasn't it? And the reaction show. When I say that, I mean the reaction show. Sometimes it's just outlandish, isn't it? And it's outrageous, and it can be quite funny from like outside watching it. But they're real feelings of real people. And I'd much rather watch that than kind of almost half scripted, line fed stuff from a studio.
Producer in your ear.
And you know, like they're watching, like them guys on the Sky Sports, BT Sports or whatever, they're watching the game and they're going, oh, feed me this line and I'll say this. Oh, feed me this line and I'll say this. I'd much rather watch someone on AFTV after the game being ridiculous but real and passionate and, you know, that as I say, palpable feeling that you get when you watch it. I might sit there and go, but I know from being a Liverpool fan's perspective that we've been in that situation where everything is awful. You know, and so, fan-led media is so important now. And I think you see it across a lot of different spaces. So you see it across a lot of industries. Podcasts about TV shows. Fan-led media is so important now,
Yeah,
and it's much more important than Rupert Murdoch sitting going, doing an analysis after the game because people will watch that and we can get more advertising and we can get more of this and we can get a bit of hang on. Yeah,
I think it's good to, like, obviously that's aimed, I think, at the fan-led stuff. A lot more young people, I guess, are into that. So it's good to have both, the choice of both, for, like, you know, people like our dad's age, for example, would probably rather watch Sky Sports News analysis of it, which is fair enough. But yeah, I think fan-led for definitely for us is the way forward.
Definitely,
and it's just going to keep growing, isn't it? So there's the 10 minutes up.
That was a fun one.
Yeah, definitely.
If you've got a subject for us to do a 10-minute tea break on, don't hesitate to send us it. It could be like a reaction to, you could be watching a TV show, you could be watching a film, and you just think, oh, do you know what? I wouldn't mind getting their opinion on that. Yeah. Like, just let us know, because, you know, we want to do a load more of these, and we're gonna need some help with the input of subjects that we were talking about and everything. So in the comments, in messages, in comments, in texts, you know, anything, just send us a message. Yeah. Get in touch. Hit like, hit subscribe. It helps us out loads. And yeah, we'll be back with another 10-minute tea break. We will. And we'll chat waffle about nothing for 10 minutes. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. Remember, subscribe, like, the pickup everywhere, and we'll see you next time.